going to be nice being in our home barn there. We hope to get a great crowd for the banner raising. But yeah, we're just worried about putting our best foot forward this year and see what happens.
Anyone in the East in particular to look out for besides? I mean, I would say that everyone, the consensus is the media is that Rochester is the team to beat. Anyone in the East, Toronto, Buffalo, Minnesota in particular that to watch out for?
I think all of them again there. Like I say, this league is so tight.
Yeah.
You go back to our playoff game against Buffalo. We're down by a couple, and they get a breakaway and hit the post.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. If that one goes in, we may not be able to claw back from it. So it's like I say, any given night, any given moment, the game can change. But for this weekend, Toronto got a lot better. Defensively, they're great. Offensively, they lose Colin Doyle, but like I say, it just makes guys got to step up, and they do it by committee too. So it's going to be tough. And again, Buffalo's gotten better. New England, like I say, it's going to be a young group out over there, and we'll see what they got. And Minnesota, like I say, Minnesota was, I think they underachieved last year, and they're going to come back full force. So I think every game is always tight and always tough, but I think even more so this year.
So, Mike, you're in the unique position to have won 4 championships with the Knighthawks, 07, 12, 2013, 2014. Does anyone stick out more in your mind as being the best?
I think they each got their own little special ring to it. Like I say, being a player and winning that one in 07, like I say, it was a great accomplishment. And when you go back to on the coaching side of things, getting the first one's always great. And what we've been able to do since is, like I say, they all have their special meaning. So it's yeah, they're nice. And as I said earlier, when I'm old and gray and no longer in this game, I'll tell a few more stories about it. But but yeah, I'm just really worried about what's next, and that's our focus.
What was the last year's though? Was that the most nerve-wracking, having to survive those 2 mini games and surviving overtime against Buffalo, and then just seemingly a miracle in the mini game against Calgary, down by 2 goals with under 2 minutes left? Was that the most nerve-wracking of the 3?
Yeah, most definitely. Like I say, in the way the format was last year, it made it really interesting. I think it was for us because dropped both games of those 2 series right off the hop. So, I had that opportunity to come back, and it was good for us. But at the same time, it was fun. It was, we're pretty lucky to have the group of guys that we have on our team here. And it was no one panicked, and there was just that eerie sense that we were going to get it done no matter what. And it came to fruition, which is dynamite for the boys.
It just seems from an outsider's point of view, the thing that you guys do best is just playing together as a team. I know you hear about you guys calling each other the Wolf Pack and things like that, and just players talk about in the media how tightly bonded the team is together, and you can see that out on the field when you guys are in the situations you were in the playoffs last year, and like you said, no one panicked and just finding ways to get it done. It's really remarkable.
Yeah, I would say credit goes to all the boys there. They believe in one another. They believe in the guy beside them, and the guy beside them is, if we're not doing something right or having an off night, the next guy's going to do it for us. And I say we do everything offensively by committee. We got a few of the most dynamic players in this game right now,
sure.
And like I say, our defensive group is a total group. There's not one guy that stands out. They all know their roles and they stick to it, and they believe in each other. And when you always got Dino back there, and even Goodleaf there when he steps in for us, we shoot 2 dynamite goalies that are going to save our butts if the boys do make a mistake. So all around, it's a great group of guys, and like I say, added a couple new pieces, I think, this year, which will only make us better.
And when you have arguably the best indoor player in the world in Cody Jamieson and the best indoor goalie in the world in Matt Vince, it certainly makes things easier. And it's just absolutely remarkable what you guys have done. Knighthawks Hall of Famer Mike Hasen, 4 championships, hoping for a 5th. starts this Saturday at the Blue Cross Arena. Mike, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'd love to hear from you again later this season.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yep, thanks, Mike.
Have a good night.
All right, that was Mike Hasen, the coach of the Rochester Knighthawks, checking in. And again, Saturday night, Blue Cross Arena. The journey towards the fourth straight championship begins. John, can they get it done?
I think it's possible, but as I said, when you have that type of target, I mean, everyone just wants to knock you down.
I know. That's why it's like I said, it's a big old target.
It happened, but this time, I mean, they're going to be gunning. I think it's going to be tough. I think we're going to see a lot more gritty games, and I think if anything is going to throw off the guys, it's going to be, the Knighthawks, they're good technical, good skilled players, but they're not the grittiest.
I don't know. They got some pretty gritty players.
Sid, but as a team,
just talking about Sid Smith.
As a team, they're not the grittiest of teams. So, and I think that
they don't need to be, though. They're so skilled. But
the thing is, skilled. I think that we're going to see some. Yeah, I think the other teams might bring a little bit of tenacity into the games, just to throw them off. I think that we're going to see that.
It'll be interesting to see.
It will be fun. It'll be a fun ride either way.
Thank you to Mike Hasen for calling in. We just want to remind everyone, the Rochester Razor Sharks are home again Sunday, Blue Cross Arena against the arch rival Buffalo 7-1 Sixers, and the Rochester Lancers are home. Let's let Soccer Sam tell you.
The Lancers are home Thursday, January 1st at 4 p.m. Come celebrate New Year's Day with the Lancers. The first 1,000 kids get a free cowbell. Buy 4 tickets and get free food. The Lancers home New Year's Day at 4 p.m. Call 872-KICK or ourlancers.com. Feel the kick, baby.
And we want to thank our sponsors, Salvatore's, Rochester Lancers, Leroy Discount Liquor, Joey's Place, and the Rochester Razor Sharks. Also, guys, please check out our friends over... Oh, and the Mirage. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Please check our friends over at Late Night Sports Radio. Their website is 87sportsfan.com. We may have a big announcement coming up soon about partnering with 87sportsfan.com. Also, our friends over at Hawk Talk Radio. You can find them at blogtalkradio.com/Hawk Talk. Their first show will be on January 8th. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic Rochester Sports Week, and we will talk to you next week.
Good night.